Hello, I'm Kendra, and it is time for another chapter of Yarn Tales here at Hooked by Happenstance. What is Yarn Tales, you may ask? Well, it is my ongoing series where I read books, I tell you a bit about them, and then I come up with a designy bit to add to my Yarn Tales reading shawl, which is a progressive book log of sorts, where I add a section with colors or themes or whatever to kind of remind me of books that I've read. So today we are going to talk about Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Now, this is not the first time I've experienced the Harry Potter story, however, it is the first time I've read the book in text. I have experienced the audiobook as a child as my mother listened to it repeatedly. At the time, I was not a fan of Harry Potter, but I feel as I've gotten older that it is part of like nerd canon. Kind of like, you know how they recommend that you've read Shakespeare or Jane Austen or all these things in school, so you have these reference points. Like, let's refer to the Odyssey when talking about the hero's quest throughout literature. Well, yes, if you're a nerd, you gotta know your Harry Potter, or you're just out of the loop, right? So I decided it was time for me to sit down and do the reading. I have seen the movie, like I said, I've listened to the audiobook, and I've experienced many Harry Potter related things without having read the texts. So I decided to read this book when I was on vacation this summer in California. That is when I started it. I read a bulk of the book on the train, and that was like a really good place for me to read it. However, I found that after I got home, I was having a really hard time getting through the book because I knew the story, because I knew what happened, because I think I could see how it would be exciting to people when it first came out and you didn't know the end game and you didn't know how or why some of the things are going on. And I'm going to tell you nothing about the actual plot of Harry Potter. If you don't know, have you been living under a rock? And if you don't know, you probably don't want me to tell you. So, if you are curious and don't know things, go read the books or watch the movie or experience it. Actually, I really do recommend the audiobooks. Jim Dale does an awesome job on the audiobooks, which is actually kind of funny. Having heard some of them first, I could hear him almost reading it to me in my head as I was doing the reading. Anyways, it was a different experience, and I was having difficulties getting through the book because I knew what was going to happen. So it wasn't like it was like pulling me along with the story. It was just like, okay, I'm this far from the end. I'm this far from this part. Like, I know what was going to happen. So, that part was kind of not so great. But I did, as soon as the item came up in the story, go, aha, that is what is going in my shawl. So I am going to use some Caron Simply Soft Party in like a gray color with kind of a gray metallic in it. And I am going to make an invisibility cloak section. So I am going to work it up and then I will show it to you and explain to you all how it works out. Before I go and do the hooking, I just wanted to give you a little bit of a reminder of where we're at in the shawl. So we have Exit West, Matched, Stargirl, Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe, Station 11, The Rest of Us Just Live Here, and Love Stargirl. Now to go and add the invisibility cloak of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Obviously, time has passed. It is the next day, and I did work on this last night. I just didn't get around to getting it all the way done. So here is the segment that I have added. This is out of Caron Simply Soft Party, and it has, I don't know if you can see the shimmer, but it's like a light silvery gray, and then it has this kind of iridescent shimmery bit in it that has like some pinks and purples and blues and golds, kind of like a little bit of a rainbowy metallic in it. But anyways, this is meant to symbolize, first of all, it's 11 rows because, well, he's 11 when Harry finds out that he's a wizard and that he's going to go to wizarding school. And then what else is shown in that bit of the shawl? Well, it's kind of like those postcards that are any tropical destination at night and they're just black. This is a very gripping scene from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, as seen if it were all covered by a invisibility cloak. So I did it in single crochet, which was the most boring stitch I could think of, and so you just kind of see this sparkly nothingness but it's really something incredibly cool and intricate, which to me is amusing. And so that part will stand out as amusing to me as I get to use my shawl in the future. If you'd like to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit subscribe. These come out whenever I finish new books. There will be a batch of books coming up here soon because I'm on a bit of a reading bender again. So I will see you all in the next video. Bye!